Well, Dave, it's National Travel and Tourism Week, Michigan edition, and last night in Ann Arbor at the Big House, this Michigan Stadium, went great. I think the press was there. Did they say anything about it?
Yeah, just looking at the reviews, they are in.
Yeah.
Let's see. First night, Pure Michigan, Return to Summer, part of National Travel and Tourism Week, in collaboration with Pure Michigan, blah, blah, blah. Excited to see everybody come together, blah, blah, blah. Going to be in Sault Ste. Marie tonight. Oh, here it is. The performance was amazing, especially Dave Lorenz of Pure Michigan. And it says Tom Dalton was there too.
Huh? Well, at least I got mentioned.
Yeah, you did. That's good.
Yeah, so here
tonight,
we are.
Yeah.
We are from the Big House to
the Big Mac. Here we are on the Big Mac, crossing the bridge right now, heading up to the UP, the one and only, the marvelous, spectacular Upper Peninsula of beautiful Pure Michigan.
Yes, it's our own out west, our own big sky country, I call it. We're headed to Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan's first, original, oldest, most awesome city, or to the Kewadin Casino for tonight's edition of Pure Michigan Return to Summer.
We are locked in, ready to start.
Yep, with more vacation ideas than you can shake an upper or a lower peninsula at. So tune in at 7. Wait a minute, 7. What time is it now?
Actually, it is almost now. We need to get going.
Oh boy. Hold on,
Tom,
Dave. Here we go.
Under the posted speed limit.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It's night 2. We survived night 1, actually in Ann Arbor at the Big House. I had a wonderful time.
We did, and we even made it all the way up here together, even with Jim Edelman.
Right.
We didn't even fight once.
Right. Well, yeah, no, we didn't. We actually didn't. But we're live at the Kewadin Casino in Sault Ste. Marie, one of my favorite places in Michigan, all of Michigan, to do the second night of Pure Michigan Return to Summer. It's National Tourism and Travel Week, Michigan edition, and I'm with Dave Lorenz from Pure Michigan. I am, of course, Tom Dalton from the smash hit, Emmy Award-winning PBS TV show Under the Radar, Michigan.
Yay!
Oh, no.
And live studio audience.
And as you can hear, we have a live studio audience tonight, and we're going to give you so many incredible vacation destination ideas. It's like speed dating for your next vacation destination.
So, Tom, why are we doing this?
To give people ideas to where to go on vacation. I just said that.
Well, I thought you were just going to say, I don't know, why are we doing this?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, why are we doing this, Dave?
Because the travel and tourism industry in Michigan is a very important industry. In fact, we employ like 300,000 people. Millions and millions of dollars come in taxes from visitors, so we can fix those darn roads and do a whole bunch of other things as well. So it's really important that we do all that for the economy. But Tom, you know, travel brings people together, and that's what we need more than anything right now.
Yeah, and talking about the Upper Peninsula, Dave and I we are huge Yooper fans. We love the Upper Peninsula. I call it our own big sky country, our own out west. And everything from the Porcupine Mountains to the Keweenaw Peninsula to Marquette. There's so many great places. And right here in Sault Ste. Marie, the history in this city, the shopping, the restaurants, the taverns in this city are amazing. So, yeah, Sault Ste. Marie is a place. And the Kewadin, am I saying that right? Kewadin? Yeah. I always feel like I should be saying it with an accent, but it's the Kewadin Casino up here. Dave and I have been here more times than one would probably like to admit and had more fun than should be allowed by law at this casino, but this place is just amazing.
It's a full entertainment venue, and we'll tell you more about that later on. Do you know what the #1 city in Michigan is?
Well, it's Sault Ste. Marie.
#1. It's the oldest city in America, or at least second oldest city in America, but #1 city in Michigan. We're going to find out about it now by bringing in our friend Linda Hoth from the Sault Ste. Marie Visitors Bureau. Linda, come on in. Nice to have you here.
I should also say, Linda Hoth, I have never met anybody who works harder at what she does or is more passionate about what she does. She personifies Sault Ste. Marie. You really do. You really do.
Thank you, guys. Can you hear me?
They can hear you. You know, so it sounds like you have a lot of fans out there. Gee, I wonder why. Why do you have so many fans, Linda?
Those are not fans. Those are friends.
Exactly. We are trying to get the mic working. Is the mic working, guys? Okay, it's working.
You gotta hold a little
Those
closer.
are my friends.
Hold a little closer. There you go.
Those are my friends.
I'm going to have you
They're not fans.
move that microphone right up there. There we go. Yeah, close. Yeah,
Like you're gonna sing for us. Hey,
I'm here.
Oh, hold it here.
everybody, Jim Adelman with another
There goes Jim.
microphone.
Yay.
Jim Adelman. You've seen him eat on Under the Radar.
So Linda, how long has it been that you've been with the Convention Visitors Bureau here?
In July, I'll be going into my 22nd year.
Oh,
And 22 years, long time.
Yes.
So a true four-season destination. And I know we're talking about summer, but we have to just kind of briefly talk about winter and the amazing I-500 snowmobile race and the track, because you're working on a big project right now.
Yes, I am. It's been really good. And we just, we got a $2.5 million grant. We have to raise $500,000. We got $150,000 last week. So we're working hard on it. We're going to bring it forward.
Because you're modernizing that track, and it's an awesome track. We've been out there. I actually was with the Weather Channel this last winter, and we did a live broadcast from the race course, and that was pretty cool. So, okay, so now here we are.
Yeah.
Warm weather is finally coming. I think all the snow is melted.
yeah, even up here. Yep.
Almost.
Almost.
Almost all
I've
the
seen
snow.
a couple dribbles here and there.
Yeah, almost all the snow.
Well, it's
Yeah.
70 degrees and sunny out today, so it's
That's
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Beautiful.
So what are the top things to do in this area?
Oh, well, you're going to be hearing all the top things here with the people here today. Like I said, and I won't, get their stuff, but I'll tell you what, we have it all.
Yeah.
What can I say? We have it all.
So
It took me I had to get a TV show to come up here and discover this city.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind. I brag about Sault Ste. Marie everywhere I go. And if you've never been to the I-500 snowmobile race, what an amazing event that is.
Yeah, it is.
People come here from around the world for that event. So,
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah. And what year was that when you were here?
Oh,
Or-
it was the 50th, wasn't it?
No, I'm talking about when you first started the show.
Oh, that was 13 years ago I met Linda, and she's still my favorite.
I love you, Tom.
So here we are, warm weather season's here. When you talk about Sault Ste. Marie, you have to talk about the locks
Yes.
system, the busiest, most important lock system in the country, maybe the world.
Yeah.
And they've got a huge project going there right now too.
Yeah, they're building the new super lock, and it's they're in their next year. They've really got things rolling this year now. They're going to start building the lock itself. So I mean, but they've been doing it for a couple of years, and we got about 8 years. So it's going to be amazing. But you got to go down to the Soo Locks. You've got to be able to see those freighters going through the locks.
It's amazing. The first time we were up here filming for the show, I remember talking to one of the guys on one of the ships as they were in the locks, and I started my conversation up here, and I ended my conversation down here because we slowly It's fascinating.
Yeah, 21-foot drop. Yeah, so I mean, it's fascinating. Sault Ste. Marie is fascinating because we have it.
Yeah. So tell me, I know we're not going to be able to talk to people from all the attractions and all the restaurants,
Oh, pretty
and all the
close.
retailers and whatever. Yeah, well, a few of them.
Yeah.
But the museum downtown, one of the many museums you can visit here.
The River of History?
The River of History, which is really
Yeah.
cool. You have the tower. What is that tower?
The Tower of History.
Tower of History.
And I said, that tower is amazing. That's my first stop if I bring a group in.
So why is it called that though?
Well, because it is the Tower of History. If you take a look, and you've got somebody here who's going to tell you all about it.
Oh, good.
But you've got, Paul's here, and he's going to tell you about the River of History, the Tower of History, and the Valley Camp.
Right.
Oh, very
And the
good.
fact
So-
that you guys have green space right in town, right by the locks, where you can
Yes.
sit, have a picnic. You can sit there with your family, have a picnic, and watch the ships come in and go. These gigantic super freighters. It's amazing. So anyway, if you haven't been up to Sault Ste. Marie, get your, can I say tuchus?
Yes.
Get your tuchus up here because it's an amazing place. So ladies and gentlemen, Linda Holt.
Thank you, Linda. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, well, this is one of these places that you have so many cool outdoor adventures and experiences, but of course you have all these indoor things too. It's just awesome stuff.
Yeah, no matter who you are, any kind of outdoor adventure that you want to have in Michigan, you can have it in Sault Ste. Marie. And speaking of outdoor adventures, Dave, Next up, we have one of the coolest couples you will ever meet. It's Ken and Wilda Hooper, and they are with Bird's Eye Adventures. We've actually been to, where are they? We need them to come on up here right now.
Well, we're going to have one of you on each side.
Oh, you look different all dressed up. I've never
to see
seen
you,
you all
Ken.
dressed.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Take a seat.
Yeah, we actually came by your place. Well, describe, because the atmosphere there, you'd swear you're in a mountain town in Colorado. It's just, it's so cool and hip and eclectic and outdoorsy, and take it away.
Well, coincidentally, we had a couple in today from Colorado that chose to move to Sault Ste. Marie and set up shop, and they're talking about maybe starting a business. But they said pretty much the same thing, that we feel like we're home.
Well,
and we get a lot of comments from folks that I don't feel like I'm in the Eastern Upper Peninsula or EUP, and Wilda has done an amazing thing with the menu there, and it's a destination.
oh, when we were there, the food, the food culture there is just amazing, and I know that's all you,
Yeah,
correct?
it was fun. It was fun to create. We want to be different than a lot of other restaurants or food offerings, because we do a lot of cleaner foods. You got to experience that with your crew of people also. So as much as we can, we want to be non-dairy, gluten-free, no allergens. But we also utilize boar's head meat and cheeses because they've got a really good standard for their food. So
You got to have comfort foods.
yeah, we want clean. We want clean options for people.
Well,
so.
and we need to explain this, because you're not just a restaurant, you're not just a coffee house, you're not just a
Bar.
It's not just anything, because you offer a lot of things.
We do.
Yeah, tell us
We
kind of
do.
the whole variety of things you offer.
Coffee, beer, gear, food, really good food. Food that doesn't make your belly hurt. So we've got really great offerings. And then we take people out on adventures. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
love that.
I still brag about the purple stuff that I had there. Whatever it was like, it tasted
It was
great.
a smoothie bowl. You had,
Yeah, that was
had
great.
our popular PB&J smoothie bowl. So
Yeah, but
that
the
was,
adventures that you guys have, tell us about those.
we've had some really awesome adventures. We actually have guides who are ACA certified, so American Canoe Association certified. We do kayak trips. We do lessons also, so stand-up paddleboard lessons, kayak lessons. Ken actually leads a really awesome kayak trip that many people come up for. So our Locks trip is our more popular
Oh, I
trip.
bet.
It's amazing.
Yeah, we in the fall we brought a very popular host of television show that's popular nationwide.
More popular than this one?
Probably not.
Probably a lot more popular.
Anyway, in one of our trips, we actually go through the lock system in kayaks. So you're going to you start at Lake Superior level and you drop 21 feet down to Lake Huron level, and you continue on down the St. Mary's River.
And I think we're going to do that on our show because that sounds so cool. We've got to do that.
Yeah, and you're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
You'll even get the Tom and Dave discount.
Yeah.
Oh.
So can anybody go on this tour then?
Yeah, well, you need to know that it's going to be about 3 hours of your time, about 5-6 miles, depending on where we take out. We're working on some
look at
different
these
things.
guns. I can handle it.
Yeah, and there's a couple turbulent areas, but we've brought most people back. So
Yeah. That's good.
So one more time, the name of the restaurant.
Bird's Eye Outfitters Cafe and Gastropub.
Yes, and if people want to know more about you guys, where can they get information?
birdseyeoutfitters.com.
birdseyeoutfitters.com. You guys are amazing because you, like I said, you started this culture here. You started a whole mindset, and it's really caught on. And it's the kind of place that I just love. You walk into your place, and you're instantly home.
Yeah.
It's like, and you feel like all of a sudden I'm in touch with the earth again. So,
I've actually done some really good writing at your place, so you must inspire me to do some good writing.
It's
It's a
the
good place to
beer.
pull out the laptop,
We get that a lot.
I bet you do. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
All right, thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Tom, I was thinking, I don't think we got Linda's website if people want information.
oh yeah,
about
if people
Sault
want
Ste. Marie.
more information about
What is
just
the website,
Sault Ste.
Linda?
Marie in general, come on up here, Linda.
Linda, just gonna yell it out.
Just
Of course,
what's,
you can always go to michigan.org. What's your website?
SaultSteMarie.com.
Sault Ste.
SaultSteMarie.com.
Marie. It's not Sault
All right.
Ste. Marie.
All right. SaultSteMarie.com, and that's SaultSte Marie.
Yeah, I always say
.com.
to Siri, give me directions to Sault Ste. Marie. Getting directions to Sault Ste. Marie. It's
It's
no, it's
kind of
not
weird.
Sault.
Yeah. Who are we talking to next?
Oh gosh, we're going to talk about the. Oh my gosh,
Are you
it's
going to
the
curtsy?
mayor of Sault Ste. Marie, Don. Oh my gosh, it's the mayor.
Here we go. Good to have you, sir. Good to see
Wow.
you. Good to see you.
Wow, Mr.
Please take a seat.
I
Mayor.
feel like I'm at the coronation.
Long live the
Thank you.
king.
Welcome.
It's good to see you.
I've
Don.
heard really, really
to see you.
wonderful things about you personally, but they were all from Dave.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
That's
believe them.
probably-
Believe them.
It might even be true.
Yeah.
So just a little background about you first.
Yes.
Before you became mayor, I got to know you in the kind of the economic development world. What do you do in
And
your kind of daytime?
I still work there. I work for USDA Rural Development. We're an
Yep.
economic development organization. I cover the whole UP, so get to see all of God's country. And the mayor's a night gig, so it's a kind of a figurehead.
So you cover the whole UP, but
I do.
Do you give some favoritism to Sault Ste. Marie? Just wondering.
do not. I abstain from Sault Ste.
Okay.
Marie
Oh, there we go.
location loans and grants. So
Okay.
yes, sir.
Sure.
Yep.
All right. Good.
Trust
Well,
me.
I know you do. Well, so what is it that brought you to be mayor here?
Well, it was a long time ago. I've been on the commission for 16 years. I like public service and really not fond of politics, but this is my way of giving back. I
Oh,
think.
come on, it's for the
Oh,
perks.
come on.
It's
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
perks.
It's the money. It's the name calling. It's everything else.
No,
that
my
we
wife,
love,
my
so-
wife was mayor of a city for a few years, and I know it's a sense of, it's like a calling, a sense of duty.
Service.
You want to give back to the community.
Yeah, I saw one time a phrase: "Service is the price you pay for the space you occupy,"
Right.
and I think it's true. And I just try to give back to the community. So,
Well,
So,
to
so
do
what,
what
what do you think is, I'm sorry, Tom, what do you think is special about Sault Ste. Marie?
Sault Ste. Marie has an abundance of everything. Every time I go to mayor's conferences, everybody in the state wants to have the assets that Sault Ste. Marie has. We have 4 seasons. We have everything that every community dreams of having. It's just a beautiful place. You spend a lot of time up here, and we really appreciate that. There's a reason that the Native Americans settled here thousands of years ago. There's a reason that this is the first European settlement in Michigan. It's the reason that we were founded 355 years ago, because we have it all. We have the assets, and people want to be here.
And you have one of the nicest casinos.
Well, you do.
I
It's
mean, this
fantastic.
place is amazing. But
Right.
yeah, from your special events to the restaurants to the green spaces to the locks, it's such a multi-dimensional experience to
It's-
come here.
Right.
And to live here must be amazing.
It's pure. The people are great. They have a lot of integrity. It's just a wonderful place to live.
Well, there aren't a lot of places in America where you can be in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, right across the river from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. You know, 2 cities that are so closely aligned that they're actually named the same name.
It's amazing.
Good relationship, I suppose.
Great relationship. In fact, myself and city manager went down last week. We toured their sewer plants in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, because we have a project on our side that they might be able to help us out with. So we have a really good working relationship.
Oh, you speak
there are
Canadian?
75,000 people over there. So
Yeah.
if you want to tour the ship plant, I'd like to take you over.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, can't wait. It'd be a great idea. So a lot of people from Canada are going to be coming over even easier now, because
Right.
tomorrow the restrictions all are dropped
Correct.
for COVID.
Right?
So I know a lot of our Canadian friends are going to be coming over. So we welcome you, Canadian friends. Come on over, come back to the Soo.
We actually have a ton of Canadian fans of our show,
Great.
and they look to us. We hear tons of suggestions. People saying you've got to come to Sault Ste. Marie. And they're actually
Right.
talking about this Sault Ste. Marie.
And we love to have them come over. We have a lot of friends and family that come over, and vice versa. So we share a lot of resources back and forth. It's a great relationship.
Well, Mayor, you do a great job. It's an
Thank
honor to know you. And all I hear is great things from your voters out there, because these are your voters.
Your
aren't they?
constituents.
Not just
How many
your
are
friends.
there?
Is he a good mayor?
Your
Yes, he's
voters.
a good mayor. Is he all
Yeah,
right?
there we go. It's okay?
Thank you.
Yeah,
All right,
okay.
they think you're
Thanks,
doing a good
Dan.
All right.
job.
All right.
we
We'll
appreciate
work
it.
on the campaign.
All right.
Great.
Yeah, yeah.
Good to see you, Dan. Thank
Good to see you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, the thing is, I know we've talked to people from Sault Ste. Marie exclusively so far, but this is going to be the only stop we make this year in the Upper Peninsula.
Yeah.
So we really should take a few minutes to talk about some of the other places, because there's something really special about the UP. When we did an ad a little while ago about the UP, our folks, they called it the purest of pure Michigan, which did make some of the people in the Lower Peninsula a little unhappy. But hey, you know, it's just our way to say this is truly a special place. This Upper Peninsula is different.
We do a lot of public speaking, and people always say, what's your favorite episode? And I honestly always say my favorite episodes are our UP adventures.
Yeah.
Because people always say the UP, I say, yeah, it's never too far, but if you're having fun in the car. Everything, like I said, from the Kewadin Peninsula to Lake of the Clouds, to the Marquette's a great city. It's just, there's from the ice caves to it's an amazing, from Escanaba. It's an
amazing
city.
place.
Yeah.
Well, and of course, we're going to talk to some folks from a couple of the ship tours in just a minute, but let's just mention one other kind of ship tour community, and that's Munising, a little bit west of here on Lake Superior.
Yeah. Just
an awesome little town. They, of course, have the
Pictured Rocks.
The Pictured Rocks boat tours. They have the Shipwreck boat tours, and they have I think it's the Riptide fast boat experience too. So you should check out Munising when you come up to the UP as well. But the first city is Sault Ste. Marie.
Right, and right now we've been talking about the Soo Locks, and if you really want to tour the Soo Locks, looking at the wrong camera. If you really want to tour the Soo Locks, we have a couple of gentlemen here right now that can give you the complete Soo Locks experience, because they are, it's such an amazing feat of engineering, these locks in general. So welcome right now, Bob Shallop. If I say your name wrong, just whack me like you like. And Scott Labonte. Correct. Did I say it right? Yes.
That's good, guys.
Labonte. Scott Labonte. And Scott, you're with famous Soo Lock boat tours.
Correct.
And Bob, you're the manager of the original Soo Lock boat tour.
That's correct, Tom. Yes.
So that's why he's a little older than you. He's the original.
Well, yeah, I'm a little older than him, obviously.
And you know what's so interesting about this? These are two different companies, competitive companies. Here we are, we're all sitting down, not in a cage fight here. You know, so here we are.
Well, we do have them seated far apart.
But we actually get to talk about a really cool experience that you can only do here because of this very unique locks system. So now you're from the original locks tour or boat tour here. Tell us about the company, when it started, what you offer.
Milo Welch was a tugboat captain many, many years ago and saw people standing on the lock edges looking at him going through with a tugboat, and wouldn't it be cool if we could take people through? And he bought a boat an old yacht called the Bidewee. 90 years, this is our 90th year.
Wow.
So we've been doing the exact same thing for 90 years, taking people through the locks, explain to them how they work, give them a history of the city, and it's an amazing event. If you've not been here, as they've been saying, you need to come look at it, because it's really worth a trip.
I agree. It's really
the
cool.
locks really are an amazing feat of engineering.
They are.
If you've
They're
never-
a wonder of the world, really.
Oh, they really, really are. Yeah, explain a little bit about your tour and how the locks work.
Our tour begins at our dock at 515 East Portage Avenue. We leave our dock, and depending on the ship traffic in the river, it is a fairly busy harbor. We'll go through the locks and portage up through the locks to the west side. And from there, we'll go over to the Algoma Steel Plant and visit that immediate area. From there, then we'll head into the Canadian lock system. Over on the Canadian side. A lot of people don't know that they have a lock of their own, which they do. It's a little smaller than ours.
Oh, good for them.
Right. And from there, then we'll follow the Canadian shoreline for about 2 miles or so, and then come back across and tour a little bit of the American side.
Quick question. Do you guys go through the locks at the same time as like those super freighters? Are you in there with the freighter?
We have, yeah. You cannot get in the lock with a super freighter, because the big 1,000-footers will only fit. They built that boat to fit in the lock and no spare. We can go into the 1,000-foot lock with a 720 or 730, and then get through there, but not with the 1,000-footers. We just can't do it.
So what is that like when your relatively small boat is in there with one of those pretty big freighters?
It's pretty intimidating, because not only have each company been in there, but both of our companies have had our boats in the locks with these 600 and 700 footers. There's not a whole lot of room left.
Do you guys like squirt gun each other?
No, actually, Scott and I get along great, and we did with his,
There's enough locks for everybody.
Probably was there
That's
before,
right.
and we get along. We do the same thing in the same place with the same environment, drawn from the same crowd of people, and we share, and it works out great. We get along great.
So how often do you go out in the summer months?
And initially, early in the year, we go out 3 times a day. 10 o'clock, 12:30, and same thing. Scott and I sat down and we agreed on a schedule to minimize the lock cycles. We were not running one boat through the lock at a time. We take 2 boats or 3 or 4, trying to minimize the lock cycling.
And then how long is a tour generally?
Approximately 90 minutes.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's my attention span's about 90 minutes.
That's
before
right.
I have to have something to eat or drink.
Did you say 9 minutes?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's more like it. So from my experience. So the tours themselves, are they mostly for adults, for kids, for families? I mean,
All ages.
All
We both companies very welcoming to all ages. We try to make an experience that everybody can enjoy. All of our boats with both companies are all handicapped accessible. But we really love having kids aboard and really all ages.
Well, so people know where you guys are, how to find you guys, the name of the company again, and your website.
www.originalsoolock, not locks, soolocktour.com.
Okay, say it
Original-
again without the www.
originalsoolocktours.com.
And our office is located between the Valley Camp and the hydroelectric plant. And our website is famoussoolocks.com.
And you have the yellow boats,
That's correct.
and then you have, is it the white boat?
Green and white.
Green
yeah.
and white, green and white, yeah. Well, I've been on both. I've enjoyed them both. And thank you so much, not only for offering such a great service, but just for being great guys. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Thank
Good
you
to
very
see
much.
Thanks for being here.
Once
Appreciate
again, a live studio audience.
Yay.
Well, no,
Yeah.
we have the commercial. We have the spot.
We get to,
Right now, Dave and I get to take a break.
Yeah.
And we're going to play a commercial for you.
Break
So
time.
Dave and I can go freshen up our makeup.
There we go.
Play that spot.
A breath of fresh air.
Next up, we have a
will do
pirate.
you a world of good.
Kind of hard.
It'll help
Set
you
up.
press pause and see things a little more clearly.
And when you step outside and take it in, a world of worry gets swept away.
And what's left?
Just feels right.
Breathe in deep and let fresh renew your spirit in Pure Michigan.
That is one of the new Pure Michigan ads that is out this year. We're really happy that in addition to having Tim Allen as our voice, we have Jessica Kier Moore, this wonderful voice performer.
When do I get to voice one of the
Well,
commercials?
when you have a voice like Tim Allen or Jessica Kier Moore,
I'll work on it.
Yeah, but I really am happy about this because, with these ads, we're showing more diversity, more action, a little livelier music with music from a company called Assemble Sound in Detroit. Love the work that MMGY Global out of the Detroit office is doing for us. And we're just trying to encourage people to travel all around the beautiful state of Pure Michigan. And of course, we wanted to come right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
And we've been talking about the Kewadin Casino. And my son actually came here when he used to do cold weather testing. He worked for a company. He used to come up here. And I remember him calling me saying, "Dad, there's a casino up here. It's amazing." I'm like, "What, you go to casinos?"
So I don't know who we were expecting to be here. So I think we might have Sean's name on the screen, but Alan's here too. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves and tell us what your title is.
Yep, my name is Sean Carlson. I'm the Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Kewadin.
Yep, Alan?
Alan Carriage, CEO for Kewadin.
Really great to have you both here. And you heard Tom and I talk about the fact that we love this place. And I'll tell you why I love this place. Yeah, it's got a great gaming experience, but you have a full service entertainment, conference, meeting facility with a great restaurant. It's really, you have everything here 12 months out of the year. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, we have over 300 hotel rooms, on property. We have 20,000 square feet of convention space. We host, any number of entertainers at any given time. Like coming up, we've got the 26th. We have the Little River Band. It's at our St. Ignace site. And we actually have Dustin Lynch also coming in on June 16th, which will be here on property. So we actually have multiple venues that are capable of doing entertainment at any given time. So we also, one of the biggest things I think that's coming up, we have our 35th anniversary in our St. Ignace site. So gaming has been, in Michigan for quite a long time. It's this location here in the Soo is one of the longest running casinos in America as far as native casinos go. This is one of the first ones.
It's pretty cool.
And atmosphere for me is everything. And I've been to a lot of casinos. When you walk into this place, it's a cool, whoever designed this place did a great job. It's just a very cool space, and the ambiance and the atmosphere in this place is great.
Yeah, absolutely. We tried to tie it into the community and what the community offers. Obviously, Kewadin works with a lot of the community leadership on different things that, happen in the community. Sean's part of the chamber. I'm part of the CVB. We want to interact with the community as like a family, and it feels that way.
Right.
But our casinos, we want them to feel that way as well. We want people to come here and feel like they're part of our family.
Well, I have to tell you, and Tom's heard me talk about this many times. I think I've told you guys too that I'm a real admirer of gaming too.
Yeah,
but Native American culture, and I love the fact we have Zeeboing Museum in Mount Pleasant, which is awesome. I think one of the best Native American museums in the country. We have the Ojibwa Museum in St. Ignace, and when you come here, it's not a full museum, but you have really quite a nice Native American art collection that is between the two gaming floors. I love that you've done that you put this attention to that artwork as well. It's important that we keep our traditions and our heritage going, especially for Native Americans. So thank you for doing that. It's incredible.
Yeah, we have one of the largest collections of woodland art in America, actually, in our art gallery. The tribe that owns the casinos has 56,000 members. This is the largest tribe east of the Mississippi.
Well, it's important that we take pride in the fact that we have multiple tribes in this state, and I would really love to be able to get people to understand more about this very rich culture that we have.
An amazingly rich, diverse culture.
Yeah.
Well, I would say this is my favorite casino, but I'm not allowed to say that.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing, though. You guys, the Kewadin casinos, you of course have the big casino here in Sault Ste. Marie, but you have several locations.
Correct. Yeah, this is one of the largest ones. We also have another large property in St. Ignace, and then we also have a smaller location in Hessel, and then we have kind of medium-sized casinos in Christmas, Michigan, and Manistee, Michigan.
And Alan, I'm sure you're going to tell us what are the best paying off machines.
No, what he meant to say, if people want more information about the Kewadin Casino, where are they?
Right, Kewadin.com. But I always tell everybody video poker is the best.
Oh, there you go.
No one listens to me.
Everybody says that. I know, it's true.
And I know you love your mullahs.
Yeah, there you go. Isn't that true?
Too.
What's the website?
Kewadin.com.
Kewadin.com, that easy.
Yeah, thank
Cool.
you, gentlemen.
Come on over.
Thank
It's
you.
a great place. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you being here.
Studio audience, if you get a
and
chance, go to the Kewadin Casino. Oh, we're there.
Well, the thing is,
we're at the
look at this
casino.
place behind us. And I love the fact that they put so much attention to the up north atmosphere at this place. It's beautiful. It's as beautiful as it seems. So come on up. You'll love it. And if you have a meeting, conference, convention, I think they can host up to 600 people in their big conference facility.
This place is world class.
It's really good.
It is.
So, think about coming on over. Who are we talking to next?
Well, you're going to tell me because
We're talking about Kate Johnson.
Oh, Kate Johnson from the Marquette Mountain Resort.
Absolutely. Kate, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
I'm
you
happy to
bet.
be here.
Well, you've come quite a long way. We were saying that we're only going to be here in Sault Ste. Marie, here in the Upper Peninsula this year. I hope next year we can be in Marquette.
That would be
But
great.
you offer a wonderful facility. Tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. We're a year-round outdoor recreation facility. We've transitioned from just ski and ride in the winter to adding summer activities that will launch soon. Our summer kayak. We do historical guided tours of Marquette by kayak along the shore, Presque Isle, and Lower Harbor. This summer, we're adding in a 9-hole disc golf course, but there's a twist because the holes are sculptures made by a downstate artist.
That's
So the-
very cool.
Yeah, those will be.
Plus disc golf is becoming huge
It's
worldwide.
it's huge. It's
Yeah.
huge. So we're really excited about that. That will launch on June 10th. We'll have a big opener. And then the very next weekend, we open our bike park, weather
Right.
Weather permitting.
weather allowing.
Well, you
yes.
guys are only like a mile outside of town, right?
We're actually within the city
Within the city
limits,
limits,
about
that's right.
5 minutes from downtown Marquette.
It's an amazing ski resort.
It is. It's a
amazing.
jewel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I really think of that region for biking, for trails, for all that. Is the Noquemanon Trail on your property?
They're not on our property, but
Comes
their
right by.
south trailhead is just up the road from us. Some of their trails connect with our trails. So they're great partners and we love them.
Well, so how do you get to the mountain resort?
So come on straight out on 28, or up from Lower Michigan or Wisconsin. And we are out on County Road, or actually it's Michigan 553, but just 5 minutes from downtown Marquette.
Yeah, like that's the part about it that I love. It's amazing skiing, like you said, mountain biking. There's so much to do there. And you can literally do that, and within
Right.
5 minutes, you can be having a fabulous dinner downtown
And-
Marquette.
Right. Then
Yeah.
you have access to all the fabulous restaurants
Oh, I
and the
know.
breweries. We have a distillery now in Marquette,
Right.
right downtown.
I was just there. It's awesome.
It is.
Marquette is really a wonderful place. Another great Upper Peninsula city with tremendous history. I also love the architecture in Marquette.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big architecture fan. And you look at all those, like the sandstone buildings and such,
Right.
really awesome places.
And my
It's a beautiful place.
My favorite New Orleans restaurant is in Marquette. It's Lanya.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Oh my
right?
gosh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Chef Don, he's amazing.
Fabulous restaurants, fabulous bars and breweries, just a lot to do indoors and out.
Well, I know we're talking about summertime things, but I have to tell you, I was up for the UP 200 sled dog race, and the night before things are really supposed to kick off,
Right.
big ice storm. They couldn't do it safely. So what did the community do? They put together a street party in the
Yes.
wintertime. It was awesome,
They-
and it really showed the spirit of the city.
Yep, they really pivoted fast and did a great job. And we had a lot of guests out at the mountain too, because everything kind of changed up.
Well, I know it's summer, but my wife and I'll tell you a secret. We've already made plans to come up this coming winter and stay in Marquette and ski.
Awesome.
so.
Stop by my office.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah,
What,
seriously.
do I get like some bonus something or
Maybe.
something? Okay.
So what's the website? Where can people find
Sure.
more about the Marquette Mountain Lot?
MarquetteMountain.com.
MarquetteMountain.com.
That easy.
That easy. Super
And
easy.
it is that easy. You're right. Like you said, you're right in town.
We're right there. We have fabulous views. You come up in the fall, we do color tours.
What's the vertical drop there again?
We're around 520, 540
Which
from
is
the very
for
top.
being right in a town. It's
Yep.
amazing.
Yep.
So.
And open year round, right?
Open year round.
Kate, thank you so much.
Thank you for
Great
having
to see
me.
you.
Great. Thanks.
See you up there soon. Yeah, thanks.
Hey, look at, we're on time and on schedule.
Can't believe it.
I really can't believe it for last night. Next, we're going to be talking to, Maris Brennan. Is she here?
The Michigan Association of Recreational
Yay!
Vehicles and Campgrounds. Come on in, Mary.
The Michigan Association of Recreation, which is really MARVAC. MARVAC is not a planet.
Didn't you notice I just got it right?
Oh, you did it? Did you say
I got it right.
Michigan Association
You did
of
get it
Recreation-
I
Thank
did.
you so much for coming.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
So, we were just talking earlier about, the beautiful opportunities you have to be out in nature here on the Upper Peninsula. I know Marvac, I'm sure, is very busy in the Upper Peninsula about this time, getting ready for the season.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have spent the last couple of days meeting with our members and talking with campgrounds around the Upper Peninsula about all of the great things that they have going on at their facilities this season. It's been really, really fun.
Well, RVing has exploded the last
Yeah.
the last 2 or 3 years. And we actually did an RV show a few years ago, and we get so much response to that show. It's one of our favorite shows.
Really?
Oh yeah, people love. They keep saying, "When are you doing another one?" And we are doing another one, thanks to Marvek.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's. What amazed me is the RV parks and the campgrounds that you can go to. The facilities are nicer than my house. I mean,
Some of them, yeah.
are very, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Maris, Tom and Jim and I were in Traverse City at the RV show this last,
Yeah.
winter. Well, it turned out to be winter very
It was
fast that
very
weekend.
wintry that day.
Yeah,
yes.
it was such a beautiful show, and so many great, interesting RVs. So I was really impressed. I've noticed these kind of teardrop trailers coming out lately, but then at that show there was a, I can't even describe it. It was a recreational vehicle that was almost as big as a house.
You were looking at the park model.
Yes,
with
maybe
the,
so.
With
Yeah.
the spiral staircase.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
So
those are not meant to drive down the road.
I would not
No.
think so.
Hence the name, park model.
But such a variety. I mean, there are so many different types of recreational vehicles that people can find these days.
Yeah, there anything from something teeny weeny that you could tow with a Mini Cooper all the way up to something that needs to be pulled with a semi truck. They have the Class A's that are big, beautiful buses.
Right.
And the campgrounds are really getting to a place now where they can accommodate all different kinds of campers.
Right. And I love the fact that they're so customizable now.
They
You
are.
can get RVs that have grills on the outside, that have TVs on the outside, that have decks that fold over off the back if you want to watch a sporting event. Or there's special ones for if you're like a motorbike or you're a mountain biker. Or there's so many specialty ones you can buy now.
And they're doing a lot of really cool things with technology. Like a lot of them are coming standard with solar power now, which is really cool. And a lot of the toy hauler models, which are designed so that you can carry your ORVs and things like that right in it. When you take the back of it down, then you have a deck or a dock.
Exactly.
I mean, how cool is that?
Or a play area for the kids, or what? Yeah, it's
That's a
amazing.
pretty neat thing. Now, because of the cost of gas, I'm sure a lot of people are maybe thinking twice about RVs this year. But are there places in Michigan, campgrounds, for instance, that you can bring your RV up, maybe leave it there for the season, or keep it in storage at other times?
Sure.
Are there places like that you can do that?
Yeah, if people are interested in that kind of thing, they need to look for seasonal sites. The private campgrounds offer seasonal sites, and then they also offer what they call transient sites. Those are the sites for the people that are coming for a week or two on vacation. But the seasonal sites, they can have someone take their park model or any of the RVs, drop it off, and then it just lives there for the summer, and they can visit it anytime they want.
Yeah, that's
Well,
nice.
thanks for everything that you guys do, because
you're welcome.
there's so many. This is the state for RVing. If you're going to RV, Michigan is the place to do it.
Yeah,
And
you
guys,
can't not come here if you have one. It's gorgeous.
and Marvac is
Yeah.
such a wonderful resource for everybody and anybody who's interested in it. So if people
you.
want more information about Marvac, where do they go?
You can go to marvac.org. It's marvac.org.
Awesome.
.org.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Maris. Appreciate it.
Hey, we're going to go fishing now.
We're going to go fishing. And before we do that, I want to thank Marvac also for occasionally they sponsor our radio program on WJR. So
there you go.
Travel Michigan heard Sundays at 4 o'clock on 760 AM WJR. And of course, it's such a big station. It's heard in multiple stations in Ontario and all that. So tune in if you can, 760 WJR. And if you can't hear it over the air, you can also go online and you'll find it there.
And after this, what you're about to see, we're going to go in the future. We're going to talk about some history. So
Let's
stay
go
tuned.
check this out right now.
In that quietness, in the waiting, in the anticipation, even though it's still and quiet and calm, inside the way that you feel about what could happen, it is like electric. It's a fire that's like, oh my gosh, that's the level of excitement that I have every time that I go fishing.
You know, you go from level 0, you're just sitting on the river. In this case, we heard and saw a big fish rise.
Oh, you see that? Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're at a very heightened state. You're tuned in to that fish. You get in position. At this point, your heart's going. And at the time, all you want is to hook the fish. But what's actually occurring is the best part. That this special dance occurs. It's like sitting in a playhouse and you don't know what the play is going to be or if there's even going to be a play. But every once in a while, the lights come on and it's spectacular. And so when that connection happens and you set the hook and that fish is there, it's amazing. This thing is wild. We're connected. Once you open that door, there's very few people that are able to close it. You're pretty much down the rabbit hole and you're in love with the river.
My friend Callie and I are fishing on the Au Sable today. The only rivers I've ever fished on are from like my hometown, just smallmouth bass. I've never fished for trout before.
Fly fishing is like an escape from all stressful things in your life.
Yeah, you're really just thinking about fishing and you're not thinking about work or school. With a bob release, you're just sitting there waiting, so you'll like check your phone and see what's going on social media. Whereas here, you're just thinking about
fish.
Where are the fish? What kind of, I want to catch a big fish.
There's like a serenity, but also it's like a challenge.
I think a lot of people think fly fishing is going to be one sort of activity, and they're surprised pleasantly when it's a different sort. And they quickly open up something inside of them that they didn't know they had. When you see it on a catalog, it's somebody smiling, casting, or see it on commercial, or casting, and that's the excitement. It's just, oh, I just love this, casting. But they get out there and they see the river, and they either see a fish take something off the surface, or they have a fish come for their fly, and they realize, no, this is hunting. Immediately, they went from something where they thought they'd just be staying in the river going like this to, I'm trying to catch that fish. And then they come in the shop and their questions are different. They take that back to the river, and maybe this time they raise the fish, but they don't hook them. Like, oh, what's wrong with my hook set? And we get to walk them through that, and it can really take off for people.
Yeah, each time you're like, oh, I did this wrong, so I'm going to alter this with my next cast.
And once you catch a fish, you don't want to stop.
Yeah.
Like you want to just keep going.
Like, okay, I know I caught one and it was small, but there's more. Never
No,
satisfied.
you want to keep going.
There's a puzzle there. It's like someone who likes to play crosswords. They know they can solve them. It takes some time. Maybe they won't get it done before they have to go to work, but they still love it. What keeps me coming back to the Au Sable, the mystery of it, what drives you.
It's the excitement that just stays in you. At the end of my fishing career, hopefully that's a long way from now, one of the things that I'll be most proud of with that is that my friends and family have all had really cool experiences and have all caught great fish sitting in the front seat of my boat. My dad, my uncle, a lot of my friends, some of their best trophies and their best nights have been with me on that boat. I've been fortunate to fish with my dad and my son for the last few years, and we take a Father's Day float. I'd love to see that continue on where, future generations are going to enjoy the same things. At the end of the day, it's about camaraderie, being with people that you love.
This trip was awesome, and just being with the group we had, it was super fun. I finally caught my first fish on while fly fishing, so
it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like I've never
feel and everything.
Yeah, never held a trout before, and it was cool. And
I want to catch more fish. I want to try different areas of the river.
It's always like one more cast. More cast.
That's how it is with me for fly fishing. It's the procedure of it is ingrained in something I truly enjoy. So after I put the kids to bed, even though I have to get up at 6 a.m, I'm going fishing.
That's the work of my friends at the MEDC in Pure, Michigan, Drew Mason, Kyle Gilmore, Nick Nurbin. What a great job they do. And how lucky are we to live in such a place where you can do fishing like that? You know, fishing is not just about being outdoors and catching fish. It's about those connections you have when you're together outside.
Oh, it's like a Zen experience
It is.
when you're fishing. Yeah.
It's really important. Who are we talking to next?
We're going to be talking, Dave, glad, funny you should ask, we're going to be talking about Sault Ste. Marie historic sites with Paul, whose last name I won't even try to say because he wants to tell me how to pronounce it.
Well, thank you very much. Anin, Tom. Bonjour, David.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, and welcome to Sault Ste. Marie. And my
Merci.
last name is Sabrin, or Sabourin.
Sabourin.
Oui. Yes, it is French.
I'm
the
guessing.
curator with the Soo Historic Sites here in Sault Ste. Marie, and we say sites because there's two of them. The first one, you've already talked about it, is the Soo Historic Board, the Soo Historic Sites Board. Fortunately, you've had three of our members. His Worship, Don Gary,
Yeah.
Her Highness, Linda Hoth, and Captain Shallop. All three are board members of the
nice.
Soo Historic Site. It was organized back in 1968. And the reason of 1968, it was to celebrate the tricentennial, 300 years. It was in 1668 that Father Jacques Marquette arrived here from France, up the Ottawa River, Lake Nipissing, Upper St. Mary's River, and to Sault Ste. Marie. And he established the first permanent mission here in Sault Ste. Marie.
It's almost like you're a historian.
I read a lot. I listen to also Under the Radar because you were the first one that came on board at the museum ship Valley Camp.
An amazing experience.
The
That
ship
really is great.
itself was the main product, and the main goal of the Soo Historic Site is to be able to acquire a tourist destination. The Lewis W. Hill was launched in 1917 in Lorain, Ohio. And back in 1966, she was decommissioned, taking coal down to Lake Erie. On that particular basis, then, the Soo Historic Site purchased the Valley Camp, and on July the 4th, 1968, she was tugged from Duluth. And since that particular time, she's then been reconditioned into a maritime museum.
How long is that ship?
550 feet long.
Seems a lot bigger than
55
that.
feet beam.
Wow.
But she is a small compared to the Paul Tregerta,
Yeah.
1,013 feet 6 inches.
One of the most
Oh,
amazing things you have in the exhibit on that ship are a couple of the lifeboats from the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yes, one of our particular executive director at that time was part of the U.S. Coast Guard. And once the investigation was completed, then lifeboat number 1 and lifeboat number 2 were brought inside the museum ship Valley Camp. And we have a beautiful display, beautiful exhibit, and we also have a video that shows the history of the Edmund Fitzgerald. And may I point at this time here, may Gordon Lightfoot rest in peace.
Yeah, absolutely.
That being said, then, there's 25 to 30,000 visitors that come in. We're open 6 months of the year, from mid-May till the end of October. And at the end of October, we do have a special situation where we have a ghost ship. 2 nights, we had 1,200 people that came into the ship.
Wow.
The Soo Historic Site website is Soo, S-A-U-L-T, Historic Sites, plural, because we also own and operate the Tower of History. You've already talked about it.
Yeah.
It's 210 feet. And if ever you wish to climb up there, you've got 292 steps. Or Tom, you just press on the button and the elevator will whisk you up.
That's me.
45 seconds.
I actually took the stairs up there, and the view from the top of that tower is breathtaking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Breathtaking.
I ran up the tower, at least part of the way. So the website again, SooHistoricSites.com. Paul, thanks for being with us.
Okay.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup. Miigwech, Chimiigwech, Bamapi, Minwa. Merci.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
Yeah.
great night. Thanks, Paul.
And I'll put another plug in for the SS Valley Camp Ship Museum. If you can get up to Sault Ste. Marie, you've got to go to to be on an actual freighter. The museum is amazing, and the exhibits on there are incredible. So if you get a chance, get up there. Next up now, Dave, you'll be pleased to know that we are with Corey Atkins from the Great Lakes Shipwreck Historical Society.
Speaking of ships.
Oh my gosh, there you are. That was
Speaking of
fast.
ships.
This seat sinks.
Yeah, I know. So
Speaking
Corey,
of ships, yeah,
Corey, have you been on the Valley Camp?
Yes,
I'm
it's
sure
a
you have.
fantastic
Isn't it great?
exhibit that they have there. Just walking through there is incredible. So
Yeah.
I highly recommend doing that.
Yeah, well, now there is so much nautical history in this area, isn't there?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of media as of late, and I've been thinking about this for the last few weeks. And between Duluth, Superior, Houghton Hancock, Marquette, Munising, Grand Marais, Sault Ste. Marie, every one of these sites is incredible. And one of the things that ties all of us together is our beautiful lake, Superior.
Yeah.
And that's where we begin at the beginning of Superior. So every ship that goes through these Soo Locks has to make that little critical turning point past our lighthouse, and that's exactly why it's there.
And that's
it's
at Whitefish Point.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
at Whitefish Point, Michigan, and it's probably good to say that. But yeah, it's at Whitefish Point, Michigan, and that's why we're there, because there were so many ships that went aground trying to make that critical turn. And it's one of the most, it's the oldest working lighthouse on Lake Superior right now.
Well, it's funny, Lake Superior has such an ominous and foreboding, reputation that when we took the ship out to Isle Royale, I was actually nervous about taking the ship across the lake that day, but it was like glass that day. I mean, the entire trip was.
Yeah, you never know.
But you never know.
Sure. I mean, a lot of, and I don't want to take anything away from Lake Superior and Isle Royale, but there was miles and miles between Grand Marais and Whitefish Point, where when the ships were out there, they had nowhere to go. They had nowhere to hide. If they're near Isle Royale, they could probably go on either side of that island. But if they're out there between Grand Marais and Whitefish Point, there was nowhere to go. That's why they call that the Shipwreck Coast. And that's why there's hundreds of shipwrecks out there.
Corey, tell us about the museum itself, because I know you have several buildings on the property. Of course, you have the lighthouse, as you mentioned. But what else is there?
So we have our lighthouse where you can go see period, what it's like to live at the Whitefish Point Lighthouse, back in the day. And then we do have an exhibit on the U.S. Life Saving Service, and they were a critical organization back then. And then people can walk into our, we have a theater where you can see the film of the Fitzgerald, but our museum is where most people want to go to and be. They'll run in there and you can see the bell of the Fitzgerald. You can be that close. And I've sat back and I've watched kids run in there and just be amazed that they're that close to that bell, and adults too. But then we have all these other stories of shipwreck around the museum that people can walk around and learn about, because there's so many stories out there. But one of the coolest things about Whitefish Point is you can get all that information and then walk out onto the beach and have a moment by yourself and just look at the lake, hear the lake, and have that spiritual moment by yourself.
It is spiritual. That's a great way to describe it.
That it's not only in a multi-dimensional educational experience, but it's an emotional one too. Because I had that same experience when I went through the exhibits and I saw the bell, and then we stepped out to the beach. We were together.
Yeah.
And you look out there and it just makes you think about the lives and the people and, you know, a lot of the tragedy that did happen out there.
Yeah, there's so many stories of shipwreck and survival. And when you can experience that through our museum and then sit on the beach and think about it, I mean,
It's a lot different than reading a book or seeing something on the TV.
Yeah.
Well, you're all doing such a great job there. Are you open for the season now?
We are open for the season, and one of the things we want to get out there is we have a brand new parking lot project coming. The whole look of Whitefish Point is going to change this summer, probably within the next month and a half. So bear with us during the construction, but it's going to be better. We're going to have new natural areas. We're going to have bike paths, you know, all that stuff. It's great, and you can get all that information on our brand new revamped website.
which is what?
Shipwreckmuseum.com.
Oh, is that simple?
Shipwreckmuseum.com.
Right. How did you get that URL? Because that was a tough one.
We were first in line.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Shipwreckmuseum.
Yeah, if you want the ultimate maritime experience, I would highly recommend anybody take the drive and go up there and feel that and experience that.
Yeah, just the drive from the Mackinac Bridge up to Whitefish Point is awesome too. So you go through all those small towns, all that wilderness, and you go through Paradise, and you know they got a bunch of great food trucks there this year and stores, and then you go to Whitefish Point and see the museum, spend a few hours there, and then go to Kewadin Falls, and then you make your way west, and you know, and start enjoying what the UP is all about, because the UP is awesome.
It's special. There's so many great places just to drive around and enjoy the beauty. One more time for that website.
Shipwreckmuseum.com.
Thank you, Corey.
T-shirt. The UP is awesome.
Thanks, Corey.
Copyrighted.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Thanks, bud.
Tell Bruce we said hi. It's a tremendous place. I mean, it really is. And like, you know, Corey was saying, have you stayed at the lighthouse? At the Coast Guard quarters? I've stayed overnight.
Wow.
And it's a special experience. And as Corey said, you can go out there, walk the beach at night. You can see the freighters going by at night in the horizon.
That's cool.
It's awesome.
Now, our next guest is so special that I'm going to actually let Dave introduce him, because you guys are actually you guys go way back.
We go way back. Absolutely.
Really good friends.
Come on in, Tim. Tim High from Mackinac
Tim
Island.
High from Mackinac Island.
How you doing, buddy?
How are you?
Good to see
Great
you.
to see you guys
Thanks
here.
Thanks for coming on up. You're kind of like from the banana belt in the UP, and
We're the welcome mat of the UP.
There you go, Mackinac
You're a lot
Island.
nicer than a welcome mat.
Well, you were so kind to host us the last couple of years on this program, and really appreciated that. We thought we'd move it around, but really happy that you moved with us and come up to say hi. So
thanks for having me.
Here's something you don't really say a lot when you say, "What's new on Mackinac Island?"
Well, it's all old stuff.
Nothing's new, and that's what we like. That's what we sell.
That's right.
No, I mean, we actually do. It's restaurants this year. 3 new restaurants on Mackinac Island. I think we'll start with Patrick Dowd's. You know, Dowd's is a famous name on Mackinac Island. And Patrick Dowd was a carpenter probably 4 generations ago from the Dowds that are on the island now. And he built, Washimo Clubhouse. He built many of the buildings in downtown. And now it's a bar. It's an homage to Patrick Dowd, and Andrew Dowd and his wife Nicole own that place. It's right on Main Street. And then right as you come off the Starline dock is it's Verde's Taqueria. So that's going to be brand new and nice. And then Grand Hotel, they are changing their sushi restaurant to Mackinac Island Pizza Company. So restaurants are the theme for Mackinac Island this year. As far as what's new, but what's reimagined is the lobby of Mission Point Resort.
That's true. In fact, I was up there in the wintertime and got to help do a little work for for a minute, but still.
Did you get a little work done?
I did some work. I know it's shocking.
Okay. Yeah.
I know, but I helped to actually put the stones on the reception desk.
They look great. I was just there. They look wonderful. Nice job.
How did my stone look?
Perfect.
Good. Well, so the entire lobby has been refreshed, but the restaurant work is what I want to look at.
Well, the restaurant, they took a big chimney out, and that's bold, right? That's brave. And they took a chimney out, and now as you stand at the opening of the restaurant, you can see out to the straits. And so they've just made that view so much easier to access.
I was a little upset at first because that's where my wife and I got engaged, sitting at that little
I've
bar.
heard this story.
And it meant a lot. But then after seeing what they did, oh my, it's spectacular because
It
like you
is.
said, now the entire room you can see out. So yeah.
Yeah, the Ware family, I said something to Liz Ware the other day about you painted all these beautiful timbers white. That's really bold. She goes, nah, I've been wanting to do it for 8 years.
But not all of them. Some of the timbers.
No, from like
Yeah.
10 feet down.
Yeah.
And the timbers that came from the upper Tequamanon Falls area are still there.
Yeah.
And you can even see them more because of the contrast now.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really impressed to see that. And of course, Mission Point, like so many of the other properties on Mackinac Island, they've invested so much into updating, to making that experience still special and still feel like you're back in the day to some degree, but with all the new modern amenities, awesome place.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how hard the people on Mackinac Island work to make it such a special place.
You know, it's the wintertime. They call it the Carhartt Army. All the workers that come in, the tradespeople that really know what they're doing. And it's not easy to get around on Mackinac in the wintertime.
No.
And they do it, and they come in, and what they leave behind is just, it's a tribute to what's been done in the past. And I can't think of anything that's been redone or reimagined that isn't really in honor of what's been done in the past.
So we have you have some really big events, obviously. Lilac Festival coming up. When does that happen?
Yeah, June 9th through the 18th, and it's the 75th anniversary. I think you were in the court the first year.
Yep.
Or maybe it was you.
Well, I was up there for
75 years ago. Can't remember. Anyway,
yeah, that was me. Yeah.
So, 75th year, we're really, it's going to be a special time, and we're going to do some extra special things, and go on to MackinacIsland.org, and you can see what the schedule is going to be for the Lilac Festival.
Yeah, that's good. That's obviously such a good time of the year. And how are they looking right now? Are they looking like they're going to be on schedule, or?
It's so hard to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, they're budding. I mean, there are buds. They're not budding. But, you know, even today, I noticed in my backyard the difference between morning and evening. We had a 65-degree day, and spring is really coming fast.
It's an awesome place.
When it's really hot too in the summer, Mackinac Island's a great place to go because the water keeps the temperature more moderate. So yeah, it's a wonderful place.
And we were just named the #1 summer destination by USA Today, if I may get that in.
Number one, where?
In the country.
In the country. I thought it was in the world.
Okay.
I really did.
Well, you would, Dave, but I
Number one in the
agree with
world.
you. Yeah.
It is now. It's my number one. So it's tremendous. Did want to find out, and give me a second. I'm not as young as I used to be.
Okay.
Okay. So I know a lot of people think that Mackinac Island, you have to book out so far in advance that you can't get rooms right now for this summer. Is there still time?
Oh, there's still time, but the early bird gets the worm, and
Yeah.
you might want to get the room that you really want with a view, and it's just, you just don't want to gamble on that because it's such a special time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a special place. You guys do such a great job. What's the website?
MackinacIsland.org. Mackinac spelled with a C at the end. MackinacIsland.org.
It really is our crowning jewel. It really is. My son, his girlfriend is from Boston, and he wants to show her the essence of Michigan. He's taking her to Mackinac Island.
Oh, I love that, Tom. That's
Truly
great.
is special. Tim, so are you. Appreciate you being here.
Likewise,
Ladies and
friend.
gentlemen, Tim Hine,
Great to see you
Mackinac
guys.
Island.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, well, you know, there's.
Do I have to leave now? Can
You
I?
have to
Yes,
leave.
you have to leave.
Move along. You have to go somewhere back in time.
We'll see you at the craps table.
Move along. Yes. Yeah. Hey, we're almost done. It's time for us to. Oh no, we're not
Down,
done
boy.
yet.
Down,
Not
boy.
done yet.
No, not done yet.
So
because
here's the thing.
yes.
What are the things that people are most likely to do when they go on a trip? Do you know the two top things?
Well, food. Look for food.
They eat. What else do they do?
They sleep.
Yes, but that's not what I'm thinking about.
Okay.
They shop.
Yes.
There are two things. They eat and they shop. Those are the two biggest spend items along with hotel rooms.
I eat. My wife shops.
And we want people to do that this summer. So you're going to want to come to Sault Ste. Marie and check out a couple of really cool shops.
And one of them it's called Cultured Pop.
Cultured Pop.
And here we have Kathy
Twardy. Kathy, come on up.
Yes,
There
that's
we
me.
are. Oh my gosh,
Hi.
you
I
snuck up
know.
on me.
I know. I
Right.
did.
Hi, Kathy.
Good to see you, Dave.
Thanks.
Now, cultured pop. No, my
Cultured
kids,
pop.
Right, my
Yeah.
kids call me pop, but I'm far from cultured.
Yeah, well, it's cultured pop because it's popcorn with culture.
So it's flavored popcorn.
Yeah, I have over 30 flavors.
Oh my god.
I have a new one this year that I'm launching. It's a dragon fruit and lime. And I use real dragon fruit powder. So there's no, the thing that I like to say, Wilda and I are really good friends, and we have a lot in common where we try to stay away from a lot of preservatives.
Yeah.
And I also try to stay away from a lot of food dyes. And I do cater to kids that also have gluten allergies and dairy allergies, because a lot of kids who have gluten allergies can't enjoy popcorn.
So healthy. Do you drench the popcorn with butter like I like it?
No, I use
was
I
afraid of
use
that.
coconut oil.
Oh, okay.
But because my store is a made in Michigan store, I only use made in grown Michigan corn.
Oh, cool. Great.
Yep. And then everything else comes from Michigan in the store as well. But so I have over 30 different flavors of popcorn, and then my husband and I
Do you name them
also.
all? Go.
I do. Oh, I can't name them all right offhand. No, but some of them are really fun. They're like hipster. That's for my older son. It's orange and basil. I've got flower power for my husband.
Liver and onions?
Liver and no. But I do Canada corn for Canada's birthday, so that I caramel and cheese at the same time.
Oh yeah.
So
She
we
do
try to do
chicken
that.
flavor, and then on the box, but it tastes like chicken.
Yeah, so I have a really good time. I sold 4,500 different bags of popcorn last summer in 6 months, and
No.
I pop it all myself. Yeah.
So now how do you what type of size containers, whatever? How do you package the popcorn and the various types of popcorn?
I have 2 different sizes. They would be regular and then family size or large, and it's all in a resealable brown paper bag.
Do you
Yes.
can you order online and have it?
You can. We do that all the time. Although I don't have a website because we're only open 6 months a year. So it's Cultured Pop Sault Ste. Marie, and that's on Facebook. But we ship all over the country.
But how do you? Oh, you ship, but you can order on Facebook.
Yep, you can order on Facebook.
What, I
and
just sent you a personal message.
my
Besides
love,
me.
yeah, my lovely husband does all of that for me.
Your lovely husband.
Yeah, my really nice husband.
Your handsome husband.
My handsome husband. Sorry, hon.
Lovely. You're so lovely.
He's so good to me. That's why I'm saying lovely. He's so good to me. He does he keeps all of my details together.
Oh, it's nice. Now, where are you located? Because I actually don't buy anything online. I just buy from brick and mortar stores. So
Yep, brick and mortar.
where do
We
you
are on
operate?
Portage Street. We're at 341A West Portage, so it's basically right next to the Lockview Restaurant. So if you know the Lockview Restaurant, Yep. And I actually saw you last summer. I was riding my bicycle to work, and I rang my little bell and said, UTR!
Oh, do you have like a spicy flavor?
I do. I have a bunch of different spicy flavors. We do a jalapeno and cheddar.
Yeah.
I also do a chipotle and lime. And then I do a summer grilled corn, which is almost like a street corn. So it's got like queso fresco cheese on there, and then a little bit of orange and lemon and
Oh, it sounds amazing.
Garlic
I
and
love
herb.
popcorn. So it's cultured pop.
cultured pop.
And do you have just kind of regular like
Just do a
butter?
Himalayan sea salt.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
And you brought some here.
I know, I should have.
Oh, darn it.
There's no popcorn here?
I know, I
No.
didn't. But you're going to come see me tomorrow.
Oh, we'll do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
That's great.
So it's cultured pop.
Cultured
And
pop.
you're on Facebook.
On Facebook.
And you're
Yes.
and you actually have a store.
Yes, we actually have a brick and mortar store.
What's the address?
341A West Portage.
All right, we'll look for it. Kathy, thank you so
for your
much.
time, guys.
Cultured popcorn from Michigan. Did
Dave,
you know-
we
did
only
you
have
know-
one more guest.
Let me tell you this, because it's important. Because Kathy was saying she only uses corn from Michigan. Did you know Michigan is the state that has it's the second most agriculturally diverse state in the country?
Yeah, you told me that.
Yes, and because here we are, and the 45th parallel comes through right here, so we have the perfect growing conditions for a whole bunch of things.
We're also I think the number 2 blueberry producer in the world.
We're number 1.
I'm sorry, number 1.
In
We're number 1 in
everything.
everything. Whether we are or not, we're number 1.
We're number 1.
Next, we're going to
It's a
talk
tourism fact. We
the
call it a
mole
tourism
hole.
fact. The mole hole.
The mole hole.
Come on up.
With
Jennifer, come on up.
Jennifer,
Because we're
come
going to
on.
mess up your last name. I already know that. So you have to explain, how do you pronounce your last name?
The last name is Riator.
Oh, that's actually
Yes.
just how it looks.
Paul
Wait,
will like
like-
it because it's French.
Like
Yeah,
I want to sell my
Jennifer
house.
Riator.
Oh no,
I'm sure
Riator.
that's not how it was originally pronounced, but that's
Yes,
what it is
well,
now.
that works for us. So tell us about the mole hole.
So the mole hole is it's kind of hard to explain we carry so much, but it's a gift boutique is my short version. We cater primarily to women or to men who want to buy a nice gift for women, but we do carry jewelry and bags, but things from the home as well. We have some gourmet goods. We have a really nice children's like baby selection. And we do smatter in some men's gifts, but we make you hunt to find them. So.
Oh, you make it tough
Very
for us
nice.
to
Give
keep
you a
us awake
challenge.
while the barbed wires
That's
are
right.
shut. Right,
Yes.
That's great. Now, any of the product that you sell, any of it made in the local area, or is this all from all over the place?
We do carry a lot of Michigan products. We have had locally made, like right in the Soo. I can't think of any we have right at the moment, but we do carry a lot of Michigan products, and we do carry a lot of made in USA products. And we carry a mix of some well-known national brands that we're really excited to bring to our little corner of the world. And then we also carry a lot of what we call cottage industry items, things that are just, mom and pop businesses, startup businesses, that kind of thing. We're always on the search for something new. We always are seeking the new trends and things to bring to. So we carry quite a mix.
So have you noticed, Canadians are going to start coming over the border in greater numbers now that the restrictions are all going to come to an end tomorrow. Do you notice that you have a lot of Canadians traditionally that come to the store?
We do, yes. I mean, at one point, years ago, because we've been there, this will be our 44th year coming up. So years ago, they made up probably as much as 25% of our business. So it fluctuates with the the dollar and the Canadian dollar, but yes, definitely noticing them starting to come back post pandemic. It's been very nice.
Are you originally from Sault Ste. Marie?
Yes.
Okay, what do you love about this area? I mean, obviously you've stayed up here. You have a business here. You must love it.
My husband and I chose to stay here. We had opportunities to leave several different times, and we decided ultimately to stay. One reason is for our families are here, which is lovely, but it's also a wonderful place to raise families. It's a nice size. You are a little ways from some things geographically, but it has so much to offer. We love the seasons. You just have to dress for it. So, the winters can be long, but you go out prepared and they're beautiful.
There you go. I feel the same way. Tom and Jim and I were talking coming up here. We were just saying, I don't even know how we got on the subject, but we were talking about the hotel rooms here and what a great deal it is staying at Kewadin. But there are a lot of great deals. The values here at the various retailers and restaurants and such, the prices, don't tell anybody. I mean, it's a really great price here for what you get. Keep it going. But that's one of the reasons that people should come here and shop at the Mole Hole and other places.
Yes, definitely. And we'd love, our visitors to come through. It keeps things interesting and fresh. And we love to hear where everybody's from. And, it keeps it interesting all year.
Top selling item.
Oh my goodness. That's really hard.
Or items.
Items. It depends. It depends. We have our in-store. We also do have a website. And so we have some that sell, it's our big item online. In the store, I'm going to say right now it's probably our gurgle pots.
Your what?
They're called gurgle pots. You have to come in and try them. It's a fish-shaped pitcher, like a water pitcher, and when you pour it, it gurgles like a fish. And the men love that one, so it's a good one.
You should have heard Tom in the car coming up here.
Probably something similar,
yeah, but still, that's good. Planned this way. That's a good idea. Love it. That sounds like fun.
So it's the Mole Hole, and you have a website?
The website is themoleholeonline.com.
Mole Hole.
The Mole Hole.
Themoleholeonline.com.
And then we're also on Facebook and Instagram at the Mole Hole SSM.
And your address, are you also on Main Street?
We are on Portage Street. We're diagonally across from the Soo Locks. So we are in a great location. 201 Osborne is our address. We're right on the corner of Osborne and Portage.
There's some really great retailers right there along that strip. I love that, and especially in the summertime, very busy.
Yes, it is. And it's gotten so much more vibrant in the last few years. A lot of added interests, a lot of businesses that are now there year round, which is wonderful. A lot of new restaurants and coffee shops. And it's a great place for locals and visitors.
Well, Jennifer, why don't you give us your website one more time?
themoleholeonline.com.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having
Appreciate
us.
it.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks. Well, hey, what time is it? Only 19 minutes overtime. Not bad
No, that's
for
not
us.
bad. But if you have not been up to Sault Ste. Marie, like I said, we've been coming up here for 13 years on the show. It's an amazing place to come with your family for a romantic getaway. If you're just, you want to come up with the guys, you want to, just the ladies, come to the Kewadin Casino. This is a world-class casino. Ask Dave, he's here a lot.
Absolutely, as much as I can be. And actually, come on up to the UP. Come on up, because you're going to love it up here. It really is a special place. As much as I love winter, this is the time when most people want to come up here. So whether you're coming up to the Soo or Munising or Marquette or Newberry or Escanaba or Manistee or Marquette or Copper Harbor, or I better stop.
Yeah. So
come on up.
I've got some people to thank, but before we do that, remember tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at this same station, this same time, wherever you're finding us. Where are they finding us? Pure Michigan.
Where you're finding us right now.
Where you're finding us right. If you're watching right now, you know where to find us. 7 o'clock tomorrow, we will be in Charlevoix, giving you tons more great vacation destinations and ideas, things you can do here in Pure Michigan.
It'll be a good time. So we hope you can join us tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Until then.
Oh, we'd like to first thank Linda Hoth and her entire team.
Yay!
Woo-hoo! The Kewadin Casino, Alan and Sean. This is the best casino I've been to I've been all day. No, this is I'm not supposed to say this, but this is my favorite anyway. Dale and Scott, Dave, Scott, and Jordan.
From My Michigan TV.
Right, My Michigan TV. And of course, my partner in crime, my longtime best buddy next to Dave, Jim Edelman.
Yay. Thank you, Jim. And Tom.
Yep.
Thank you as well.
Oh, thank you, Dave.
Thank you. And so that's it for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Don't miss it.
Unless you do.